live today. I'm not feeling that great today, but here we are. So, not gonna be live for the full hour, just a little bit. Just wanted to say hi, see what you guys have to say for yourselves. I did not drool on my shirt. I think it was from washing my face. So, maybe I drooled. Who knows? Anyways, I'm just gonna make a little lunch before I head out and take my doggy for a BIKERIDE. I can't say it because he's gonna go nuts if I say it. So maybe I'll say it towards the end and you'll see what I mean. But we're just gonna make a little lunch. Like I said, not feeling the greatest today, so I'm just gonna make something really light. I did make some really delicious salmon yesterday. I found a recipe that said to add like heavy whipping cream. I don't really use heavy whipping cream. I just used some like 2% milk and rosemary. It was delicious, and garlic. Hello to Zachary, welcome. I don't think I've seen you before. Introduce yourself in the chat if you'd like to. Hello to Good Boy. I think it's hilarious that you have that as your username so that people have to say it to you. But, hello, what does Zachary say? True. What's true? Good Boy is on his knees already. Hello to Sporting Boy. Hello to Larry and Falco. Rules the Jungles in the house. Long time no see. All right, so I'm just gonna make a little lunch here and chat with you guys while I do that. Like I said, I'm just making something really light. I made a really delicious like cinnamon smoothie yesterday, so I'm gonna get that out to begin with. I bought a ton of different proteins. There they all are. It's kind of embarrassing. But lots of really good flavors to make different stuff because I have a sweet tooth, so I try to curb that by making some delicious protein stuff. So I am using, I know this isn't my fitness channel. This is more what I do on my fitness channel, but you caught me as I was going to eat a little lunch and head out the door. So that's why I'm telling you what I'm doing right now. Oh, Rules the Jungle loved my prisoner video. I'm glad you enjoyed that. And Good Boy says he knows his place, and I'm glad that you know that. But this is some really delicious cinnamon toast protein. I'm making a smoothie. Where's my smoothie thing? So who else enjoyed my prison post? My prison video. There'll be another one. There's a sub that I do sessions with. Ow, I did not close that. And he's the one that has the inmate fantasy, so that's why I made those videos, and he wants to do another session soon, so I'll be making some more videos, so there'll probably be another one. But what I am excited about is that there is 2 videos I made yesterday, one of which is a new character I haven't done before. Should I give you a hint? Do you want a hint? If you beg me for a hint, I will give you a hint of what it's going to be. Yes, there will be more prison. I don't know, is that like, do you have to have been to prison to have a prison fetish? I'm just curious. Or is that just like something that you guys fantasize about randomly? I think I want more banana than that. It's hard to talk and focus at the same time. I want a little more banana than that. We're going to do a little salad. Yeah, that's good. Some frozen bananas. Oh, Good Boy says he also barks. And he wants to be called Tommy. You're very demanding. And Larry says he will definitely beg for me. You guys are all, okay, Rules the Jungle's the only one that's actually begging. He's the only one who said please. I would like to hear a few more pleases. And maybe even a pretty please would be nice. While I make my smoothie. Jennifer, you left me a couple super chats, but now you're being kind of rude, which is weird. What's your deal? What's your problem? Good Boy is barking. I like that. Rules the Jungle gets the point. Larry is begging very nicely. I like that. Jennifer, what's your problem? You left me a couple nice super chats on my videos and now you're having an attitude. Care to explain yourself before I ban you? Hello to Joshua. Welcome. Okay, since you guys begged so nicely, I will tell you. The video I made yesterday is kind of similar to the Lady Boss videos, but it's not the POV like at my feet. But it's a kind of similar personality and it's an accountant. And I was inspired obviously because it's tax season. So it's kind of like you're going to a mean accountant. I think you're gonna like it. Yes, so I'm making my smoothie. I've got my banana and my cinnamon protein, and then I'm gonna do a cup of almond milk in case you care or are wondering. Hold on. Almond milk. Oh, this isn't the one that's opened already. Hello, Medit. I hope I got that name right. I'm not gonna put you there or you'll get knocked over. We don't wanna knock you over. Let's see. Where's the almond milk? Oh, it's all the way back there. Figures. Ugh. Why are there 50 gallons of milk in here? Ah. Okay. There. Oops. That was my avocado. Falling out of the fridge. No big deal. Good Boy says, I am your boss. Rules the Jungle says, that is true. She is the boss. I'm glad you guys recognize. Jennifer, if I don't obey, are you going to come down here and do something about it? Obviously not, because I can't do anything through the phone screen. But I was just curious what your problem is. If you don't want to answer my question, I guess don't. It just seems weird that you seemed like you were being so lovely, unless I'm thinking of somebody else, but I'm pretty sure it was you. And I'm just curious why you're being rude now when you seemed like you were enjoying my content. If you don't want to explain yourself, I guess you don't have to. We have Ravish from India. Welcome. Andrew has the right idea. He says, I am here to be a loyal servant to my goddess. And you can prove that by sending super chat and super thanks. Otherwise, you're really just all talk, aren't you? Yes. Let's put the almond milk away. All right, what else am I putting in here? Some cinnamon. That made it extra delicious yesterday. And then we'll do a little salad. My doggy's getting very impatient because he knows that we're going to go somewhere today, but he doesn't know where. He needs to get a little exercise, so he's going to run. He hears me talking. Come here. You getting excited? You hear mommy talking? You're going to go run on the beach a little bit today? Yeah? You need the exercise. You're getting kind of fat. The vet says you're obese. Was her words, not mine. That's what she said. You're kind of chunky, buddy. So we gotta make sure you get enough exercise. He loves to run on the beach. He loves the word beach, in case you couldn't tell. He's restraining himself from going a little crazy right now. Okay, so now we put the little sharp thingy in here. Ravish is impressed with my muscles. Thank you for that. I like that, Daniel. He says, if you don't obey Goddess, you are the one that loses out, not her. Agreed. Exactly. If you want to be a turd, that's your problem. All right, it's going to get a little loud just for a second while I mix this up. Let's see what else you guys have to say for yourselves. Oh, Midit is proposing to me. Will you marry me? I have no idea who you are or what you look like, but sure. Won the crap out of it. that should be good. Ravish says, in India, we worship white women. I know. Is it still Ramadan? Or is that over? I don't know when that holiday lasts. Perfect. Let me rinse this thing off. We're going to do a little salad. This is what I call multitasking. There we go. So the other video I recorded yesterday, besides the, what was I going to say? Besides the accountant, was a very highly requested one, of course. One I haven't done for a while, I'll have you know. I don't know why my top is all crooked, probably because I've got it tied weird. I did make another doctor video, doctor roleplay. So you should be thrilled about that. I don't know why there's a random scissors there. And I also had a very fun night last night. Hello to Clint. I don't recognize your name. You might be new. I had a group of girlfriends who wanted to learn some pole last night. So they came over and we had a lot of fun with that. I'm sorry you're so close up to me. Let me move you back a little bit. I'm making my lunch. Daniel loves my cop ones. That's all he cares about. Don't look at my fridge. It's very full. I just went shopping yesterday. It was very empty before that. I want a little salad. I'm gonna do some cucumber and some onion. There's my onions all the way in the back, of course. And a little tomato, some carrot. Oh, I've got my hands full. Tomato. Okay. That crap back in there. And carrot. Oh, I haven't gotten the carrots yet. I guess we'll just do lettuce then. Tomato, onion, cucumber. That'll be fine. Keep it simple. Good Boy says, actually, Goddess, your muscle is very big. I wouldn't say it's like huge, it being they, because it's more than one muscle, really. But you guys are also kind of very much up in my face right now. So that might be why. Where's my cutting sheet? Oh, there it is. Ah, there we go. Okay. Cut up a cucumber. Daniel says, no, I love all your content, but the cop ones stuck out recently, probably because that's always been a fantasy of mine since I was a little kid. Interesting. I don't know if you heard my question, but my question is, if you do have that kind of fantasy, like inmate fantasy, have you been to jail? Like, is that, I'm trying to understand why someone would have that kink. Let me just wash this off just in case. Do you have to have been to jail to have that fantasy? I'm just wondering. Rules the Jungle has also had it since you were a little kid. Is that what you mean? Also, I did not go to the gym today. I have to confess. I did a lot yesterday. I worked out really hard. And like I said, I'm not feeling the best today. Ew, that cucumber's a little squishy right there. We're just going to throw that part out. The rest of it looks okay. I like these long, skinny cucumbers. They're a little better than the regular cucumbers, but this one's not that great. It feels squishy on this end too. Might have to, they just have more flavor. PD sent me a super thanks of $1.97. Surely we can do better than that. Daniel says, I have not been to jail, but he's been arrested plenty of times for selling marijuana. Since the age of 12. Yikes. I can't believe that you haven't been to jail if you've been arrested multiple times for that. Yes, Jason, English cucumber. Exactly. PD wants the leftovers after I'm done with them. Well, you know, if you were serving me in person, maybe I would throw them on the floor for you to eat. Would you eat it off the floor? That's my question. Does this need to be washed? Yes. Sometimes it comes washed, which is nice. Saves me a little work. Rules the Jungle would eat it off the floor. Not surprised. Why am I not surprised? Okay. Let me cut this up. I feel very guilty that I didn't go to the gym today, honestly. I usually go every Saturday and Sunday. Clint says, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And Shaw says, Shaw says, fair play for eating and drinking healthy. It's 9:15 in the UK and I'm on the whiskey. He's on the whiskey. You know, I have a couple really good subs right now. One of them was going to buy some whiskey last week, but instead of buying the whiskey, he sent the money to me. And I told him that was a very healthy thing to do. So I'm just saying, the next time you get an urge for a whiskey or a cigarette, maybe you should do something else with that money. More constructive. Just saying. Good boys do. Blue Sky is telling me to do a 360. I think not. I say no to you. Rules the Jungle is calling himself a loser. He said it, not me. I don't even have to say it. He knows it. I don't even have to say it. All right, we're gonna put a little cucumber in there. I'm not a huge fan of cucumber, or this is a tomato, whatever. I'm not a huge fan of tomatoes, but I do like them, you know, in salads and hamburgers and that type of thing. Oops, there's a little piece hanging off. We're gonna use that. Cut that up, throw that in there, and then we'll do a little onion. Oh, Rules the Jungle says that he has a fetish for eating things off the floor. Have you done like live sessions with people where you did that, or online sessions where they directed you to do that? I'm just curious. Oops. This onion's a little skinny. It's hard to cut. Let's see. I can do it without cutting myself. Don't want to lose a finger. There we go. No, you have not. Mojid says, I have beautiful teeth. Show us your molars. Okay. I don't recognize your name. Blue Sky, I think, has been in my chat before and should know better. But I don't, you know, I'm not here to fulfill your desires. Like, you do not tell me what to do. I tell you what to do. That's how it works. You're not going to eat lettuce, doggy. You guys would eat my lettuce off the floor, wouldn't you? Okay, do I have any olives left? I do love olives. Just throw that in there. This is the best dressing, by the way. Okay, so I've got my cucumbers in there. And let's see. This is trash. I'm just reading the chat real quick. Oh, hello to Bonde. Bonded Prophet says, I caught a live. Hey from the UK. Yes, I actually was not going to go live today, and I kind of decided last minute. I usually go live right after I go to the gym, and I wasn't feeling that great, so I did not go to the gym, and now I'm just making lunch before I take Doggy for a beach walk run, because he needs some exercise. Andrew says, what do you expect from your loyal subs? And Alide, sorry if I'm Alide Mir, I love your videos. Thank you for that. My loyal subs, like I said, I've got one that's really great right now. He just randomly will send a few times a week. He will withhold something from his grocery list, or like I said, he was going to get some whiskey and decided not to. So he'll just save little amounts of money and send it to me throughout the week. That makes me really happy. He expects nothing in return. He gets joy out of just sending little amounts to me throughout the week. And that really pleases me a lot. And we'll chat a little bit. But the best subs, in my opinion, are not annoying. People who send me multiple messages without tribute, very annoying. Or worse, if you lie about tribute, because I'm not stupid. I know you're lying. I had somebody who did that yesterday. If you do that, that makes me want to never speak to you again, just so you know. That is the worst thing you can do. So one extreme to the other, you know. Let's see, do I have another bottle of this open? No, I did just buy one yesterday. So we do have some more of this delicious salad dressing. Oh, I was like, what is that? It's the laundry machine. And I'm gonna throw some olives on there too, just because I love them. I'm sure I have. I'm always buying olives. This one has honey in it. This one's kind of gross. I don't know why I bought balsamic dressing with honey, but we're gonna try it. Let me see if I have any olives in here. Uh-oh. Are you telling me that I'm out of olives? Oh no. I was about to get pissed. I do not like running out of olives. Okay, let me read comments. Let me bring you up a little bit. Daniel says, it's always a pleasure to see your beautiful face. Thank you for that. Sokol, that is a very strange question. I've never been asked that before, I will definitely admit. He says, have you ever wondered if you have bought milk from the same cow twice? I have definitely never wondered that. I mean, my mom grew up on a dairy farm. My uncle, I don't know if he still owns it or if he sold it. I think, you know, it's not very profitable to own many different types of farms these days. So I think he might have sold it. I can't remember. But I could ask him. What are the chances? From a pro, he might know. But that's a very strange question. Oh, Rules the Jungle says that he likes to watch videos of floor eating tasks. Well, hopefully you're not actually eating the floor, but you're eating things off the floor, I think is what you meant. Alidamir says, you have really tall heels. How tall are you with your tallest heels? And then somebody else, I don't know how this question came through so strange, but it says, what is the difference between mistress and femdom? You guys have a lot of questions. Daniel says, imagine lying about sending a tribute. That is so embarrassing, so pathetic. So pathetic. I will literally never speak to that person. So the person, I'm not going to say who it is because he doesn't deserve that. But he sent me like 5 or 6 messages on Twitter, which obviously I didn't respond to because there's no tribute. And they were annoying ass questions, honestly. And then he sent me a comment here on YouTube and said that he had said tribute. And then I finally responded and I said, no, you didn't. Do I look stupid? And he confessed that he was lying. And I don't think I responded. You're just really not worth my time if you do crap like that, honestly. You get no attention from me whatsoever. Really pathetic. I mean, if you can't afford $50, then I don't know what to tell you. Now, what were the other questions? About the heels. Most of my pole shoes are 7 or 8 inches. My tallest ones are actually right here. And they are 9 inches. I was wearing them last night while I was teaching pole. So I'm 5'6", plus 9-inch heels makes me what, 6'3"? Is that right? I think that's right. You tell me if that's right. 6'3". That's pretty tall. And then this person with a weird other language name asked, what is the difference between mistress and femdom? I don't know exactly what you mean by mistress. I don't know if you're asking what's the difference between me and femdom, or maybe findom and femdom, but I've heard different people say different things. People seem to have different ideas about the difference between female domination and financial domination. In my opinion, financial domination is part of female domination. I picture female domination as like in a big umbrella, and financial domination is like a part under that. And, you know, there are lots of different kinks and fetishes within financial domination, female domination. So I think there's a lot of overlap. You know, feet, CBT are just a couple. There's many, many different types of kinks and fetishes that go along with both. I've heard a lot of women say that financial domination is different than female domination. I don't personally think that's the case because it's a form of female domination, but you know, who am I to tell people what they do? That's just my opinion. Oh, PD's messages are getting flagged. Sorry about that. I don't really know what causes them to flag messages or not. Etta says, I'm truly stunning. Thank you for that. Islam Khaled says, hi queen, do you remember me? I hope you are well. No, I don't remember you, to be honest. Easy is bragging about being 29 days sober, and he's probably here to relapse, aren't you? Andrew says, are you completely virtual? And I would say, no, I am open to doing sessions in person. I have not yet. However, and I've said this many times before, but I did work in clubs where I have experience working with people who have kinks and fetishes. So I have done some of that in person, and that's why I'm comfortable doing it in person, but I have not since I've actually done financial domination. If that answers your question. Let's put this in the trash. There. Let me see. Hopefully you're not getting dizzy with me moving you around. Tom says, hi goddess, how strong are you? That is a very subjective question, but I will tell you that just one measure of strength, I guess you could say, is that before the pandemic, when I was teaching pole classes and lessons all the time, I could do about 10 or 11 pull-ups in a row. Currently, it's about 5 or 6, depending on the day. I don't know how I fit this thing. There we go. My fridge is very full right now. When I go to the gym on a typical day, I do usually like 3 rounds of pull-ups. So I'll start doing regular pull-ups as many as I can, which is usually like 5 or 6. And then I go to the assisted pull-up machine, and I usually do like a full set of 15. So if I did 5 regular pull-ups, then I'll do 10 on the assisted pull-up machine. And I do that 3 times. Welcome K-Gel, who just became a member on the channel. Looks like there was a shooting somewhere. That's sad. Justin says, "Is this the red Valentine's Day dress woman?" I don't know what you're talking about. Jennifer is apologizing for being rude. Thank you for that, because I was very close to permanently hiding your comments on my channel. I have zero patience for rude people or trolls on my channel, just so you know. As everybody here knows, don't you? You know I have zero patience. Okay. Easy says, "It's not a joke anymore. I don't want to continue this addiction." So, just out of curiosity, not saying there's anything wrong with it, but why are you still on Financial Dominatrix's pages on YouTube then, if you are truly over your addiction? Just a thought. And Justin is laughing at you that you did not come here to relapse. I believe that's what you're laughing at. Jennifer says, "I." Elad says, "What can I do, ma'am, to impress you?" Would anyone like to answer that question for him? Would anyone like to answer that question? What can you do to impress me? Hello to Stay Happy. Stay Happy says, "I watched your jail video and you locked me in a cell. Will you ever let me out?" No, obviously. Come on. Do you know who you're talking to? Okay. Easy says, "I'm not over it. I'm working at it." Okay. I'll take it. I'll accept that. Oh. KJ says, "That's really... Wow, it's really you. I just discovered your video and fell so in love after going through the training." What training? Are you talking about the introduction to jail? Is that what you fell in love with? Medit is also in love with me. I have lots of people competing for me in this chat right now, which is very flattering. And Daniel says, "I will forever be addicted to Goddess Fiore." Medit is smitten with me. You guys are so cute. It's freaking adorable. Rules the Jungle answered the question correctly. Well, half correct. If you're trying to impress me, send tribute. But if you're really trying to impress me, you would send more than tribute. Yes. Medit is again asking to marry me. I think you were the same one asking to marry me earlier. Mosh says, "I am the best goddess." You guys are being so cute today, aren't you? You're just being too cute. Wait, did I put this in here? No, you guys distracted me. I'm making my salad and you distracted me. Is it rude if I eat my salad on a live stream? You tell me. Is that rude to do? Because Puppy is getting impatient and he wants to go for his promised beach run, like now. KJ liked the good boy hypnosis. Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've been meaning to make another hypnosis video. I was hoping to do it this weekend. It did not get done. Hopefully by the end of the week, I'll make another one. But I do plan on making another hypnosis video very soon. But I did make an accountant video and a doctor video. They're gonna be really good. So, okay, KJ says I can eat. Not that, you know, you can tell me what to do. I'm just wondering if it's a rude thing to do on live stream. All right, then we're gonna do it. We're gonna munch and chat. I guess I'll just eat on the table here. Okay, let me get my water. So we are having a salad and a delicious cinnamon, I guess you could say cinnamon toast flavored smoothie. I had it yesterday, it was really good. Okay, let's get some water. KJ is going to bed. Did you say if you're in the UK? UK time is like 9:30 p.m., right? That's early to go to bed. You're going to bed at 9:30? Do you have to be up early? What's your excuse? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna do something here. Ugh. There we go. Am I making you guys dizzy with jerking you around? Or maybe you like to be jerked around? Another super chat from PD, another $1.50 or so. I think you can still do better than that. Or maybe somebody else can show him how to properly super chat tribute. Yeah. Ow! Oh! That hurt my toe. Ah! Sorry. You want to come here? You want to come here? You want to join? Come here. Or not. Ah, Daniel, that's a good answer. He says, I like whatever you tell me to like. Good answer. Exactly. He's in Norway. Okay. Oh, Norway, 10:30. Gotcha. Yeah, that's a little bit late. Okay. Well, thanks for joining the channel. And next live stream will be on Thursday, but it'll be pretty late, so you might be in bed by then. Yes. Okay. This is why I asked you if you wanted to come up here, because now you're scratching me. There. You sit in your own chair. Here we go. Joining us for lunch. You wouldn't like any of this. It's all veggies. You're not into veggies. Rules the Jungle says, should I watch more floor food eating videos? That is entirely up to you, my friend. That is entirely your decision. Yeah, so I have like I said, the one good sub I told you about who sends randomly throughout the week, and he is just such a pleasure. And then I also have, I think I might have mentioned him, a younger sub right now who's relatively new, and he's doing very well also. And then I also have my large drain sub who's been kind of coming and going. He's very sporadic and unpredictable. So we'll see if he comes around anytime soon. Okay, the balsamic vinegar dressing with the honey in it is a little weird, but it's not bad. I still prefer the regular balsamic dressing, but the one with the honey is not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would. Rules of the Jungle says, should I spin a wheel to decide? Rules of the Jungle, you know very well by now that I do not give instructions or tasks to subs who are not actually serving me. You know this. So if somebody else in the chat wants to tell you what to do, then maybe you can get some direction there. Do you have your own wheel, or are you talking about using an app for a wheel? Just curious. He says he's sorry. I know you are sorry. Yes. Okay, what questions do you have for me today? We had a lot of great questions already. I think I got to all of them. If you asked a question and I did not see it, go ahead and type it again. The chat got a little busy there for a while I was moving around, but I am sitting down. Tacoman is calling himself a loser. Okay. Stay Happy says, Fiore, I always wanted a dominant partner because I like being told what to do. I am not a leader. Yeah, that sounds like a natural submissive to me. I am quite the opposite. I do not like being told what to do, especially by men. Don't like it at all. Not a fan. Oh, PD is asking if I've ever fed any sub my divine foot dust. No. So if you were to approach correctly and purchase foot dust, you would be the first person to have a sample. Something to think about. Mosh wants to know if he can clean my house. I would actually love to have some subs come clean my house. However, you know, safety is always first. And anybody, I'm going to say this right now, anybody I meet in person, you're going to have to do a full background check before you interact with me in person, just so you know. I don't F around. So, but I would love to have people come clean my house, for sure. Medit says, I am his life. He is completely taken. He's proposed twice already today, I think. Takoman says, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? Let me think. If I could have any superpower, it would be, I would like to be able to control time, rewind time, go forward without anybody knowing, and just me. And then Medit says, I am his sun, but am I also your moon? Tell me that. And Rules the Jungle is trying to ask a chat full of submissive men who wants to control him. If you're lucky, maybe there'll be another goddess in the chat and she might be willing to give you a free task. I am not so kind. Alad says, I love your cop videos. Will you do more? Yes. So like I said, I have a submissive who I do sessions with, and he has the inmate theme, and you can always, you know, serve me and do sessions because that's what I made those videos for. He said that he wants to do another session, so I'll probably record more videos either this week or, I don't know, sometime soon. Oh, how is there a crack in here? That sucks. And make a video, another video out of them in the next couple weeks. But, you know, you can always do a session and get direct roleplay custom videos that way. So PD says, I'm from India. Sadly, I don't see any way in the near future where I'm lucky enough to receive your foot dust. Yeah. That sounds... Arcane says, hey goddess, you're streaming right now, aren't you? LOL. And yes, I am. So I know it can be, I don't know how it looks on your end, but there are a lot of times where people are watching like a recording of my live streams and they're like commenting like it's live, and I always feel sorry for them. But right now I am live. It is 4:44. I always see angel numbers lately the last few months. It's very strange, but it's 4:44 Eastern time. And yes, I am live because I saw your comment. You are not watching a recording right now. No. I am eating my lunch live. Hopefully that doesn't bother anybody. All right, more questions. Let's go. Good questions today. Let's get some more. I told you some upcoming videos I've got. I just posted a new video on the fitness channel. Well, to be honest, it's not a new video. I recorded a little while ago. And I think I mentioned this the last live stream, but I did lose a little weight since December. Rules the Jungle says, can I leave? Well, that's up to you. What was I gonna say? I have lost a little weight since December, and I didn't really think that it was noticeable, but as I'm watching older videos, I think it is a little noticeable. And then I try to put a bathing suit on that I usually wear to the pool, and it did not fit. So maybe I am losing a little bit more than I thought. Who wishes they were my doggy right now? Good question. Arcane says, any roleplay streams happening in the future, such as the teacher or the teacher one that you did a few months ago? You know, I have been meaning to do like a once a week live stream like that. I need to pick out a solid day and time that I could do it regularly. Maybe on a Tuesday night. Maybe like a Tuesday afternoon, so then the European subs could join too. Maybe like a 5 p.m. Tuesday time for a regular like femdom live stream. The only thing is, you know, I have to be very careful with what I post on YouTube because a lot of their content, a lot of stuff is not allowed on here. So, you know, obviously it's got to be, you know, YouTube safe if I'm going to be doing that kind of stuff. It's not going to be like extreme humiliation or anything. You know what I mean? I messed up your fur. Merit is incredibly in love with me. Yes, you've said that several times. I see that now. I see that you are definitely in love with me. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, and going forward, I wanted to let you guys know this. What I'm starting to do, because just so you know, a lot of my content on here that is free is actually for sale on clip sites, and you have to pay for it, which I've been thinking about. I really don't think is fair that some people are paying for it when it's available here for free. So what I did with the last J video was, because there was a lot of stuff I wanted to put in that video that is not YouTube friendly. So I made a longer video and then I cut it into smaller bits that were YouTube friendly. So I posted the short, it's a very short video. The last one I did with Jay, it's only like 3 minutes or something, but the full video is like 11 or 12 minutes long. And it includes B-mail and some punishment stuff that I couldn't post on YouTube. So that one is available. The long version is on clip sites. And that's kind of what I'm going to be doing going forward with the content, just so you know. When I post videos, there's going to be a short version that goes on here, and then a longer version that's more explicit, I guess you could say, has more humiliation, whatever, that's going to be on clip sites. So, you know, you guys are getting the short version from now on, just so you know, because I think that's a more fair way to do it. I don't like posting content on here for free and then posting it on other sites where people have to pay for it. It doesn't seem fair. You know what I mean? So that's what I've decided, because I'd like to have this channel for a long time, and I want to respect the policies and rules. So that's how I'm kind of doing both. So I can make content that I want to make, but then also keep it YouTube friendly. This is a good question. Mosh says it's sad. What's sad? What are you sad about? Arcane says, oh, I just spit. Also, do you have any advice for cross-dressing while living in a traditional household? My mom likes to install the fear of God in me. Not saying she's a bad mom. You know, that's tricky if you're living with your parents. How old are you, my friend? I would say that really, if you're going to do that kind of thing, you got to have your own space. I would not be surprised that your parents would probably not be happy with that. And, you know, to answer that question for other people who maybe live with their significant other, you know, the first cross-dresser interview I did, you know, we still chat sometimes, and I feel bad for him because he lives with his wife who does not approve of what he does, and so he hides, he doesn't do any cross-dressing at all, and it kind of is very hard for him because it's something he really enjoys that he just has like such a strong urge to do. So you know how I am, you know, if you're a man who cross-dresses and you're trying to date or be in relationships with women, I think that you need to be honest with them about it. I know it's a sensitive topic and there may be women who are not accepting of it, but you know, especially before you live with somebody, I think you need to be open about that, or before you get married. That's just my personal opinion. Understandable. Arcane says, in this economy, I'm going to be living with my parents for a while. You and a lot of people, for sure. No judgment. Maybe you should start a YouTube channel. Just saying. Servant says, being submissive is very hard and this economy is hard to pay. My answer to that is that, because I have heard other people say that, you know, the economy is difficult and, you know, they're not expecting subsidy paying so much or whatever. My answer to you is where there's a will, there's a way. I'm still making money. I had my best month yet in findom last month. The economy has not affected my income at all. So, you know, I think if that's the mentality that you have, that the economy is bad, so you're not gonna be able to make money, that's going to be your reality. But there's always ways to make money. Since I started this YouTube channel, you know, making money on YouTube is a long-term thing, but if you do your research, there are lots of very basic ideas that you could start a YouTube channel with and make a considerable amount of money. Just saying. It does take time. I would say it takes, you know, most people a solid year to 2 years to be making a substantial amount of money off YouTube, but it is possible. So it's really not that hard, in my opinion, to start a YouTube channel. Maybe for some people, but I'm just saying, you know, life is what you make it and what you put your energy into. And if you truly do want to serve somebody, you will find a way to make it happen. We always make time, energy, and money for the things that are important to us. That's my response to you. Servant is jealous of my dog. We're holding hands right now, just so you know. PD wants to know my opinion on the Iran war. I always say it wrong. Iran. There we go. I don't mind political questions. I'm very, if you've joined my streams before, you know that I'm very opinionated when it comes to politics. I don't know if you know this, but I do have a political channel I started. I have 3 YouTube channels right now, so I don't have a whole lot of time to keep up with it like I would like to. But if you do want to check it out, it is Fiore Unfiltered is the political channel. Like I said, I'm very behind with it. This channel is my top priority, and then my fitness channel, which I've been working a lot on. And then the political one's kind of like the last in line. So I don't work on it too much. But I will answer your question. Yes, servant says true facts. You will make it happen. Exactly. My thought on the Iran war is that it is not surprising at all. I don't think anybody should be surprised right now because Trump has been doing things to make us believe that he was going to do this, that he was going to start a war. I know there's gonna be a lot of people that don't agree with me on this, but I'm just gonna say how I feel. What I think, based on what I've seen, is that Um, you know, Trump likes to say that elections are fraudulent and that Democrats are trying to steal elections, but the fact is that everything that he says is what he is doing. And I just don't know how people don't see this, because he said this even before he was president. Like, I think it was like the Grammys or the Oscars or something, that it was gonna be rigged against him. He's always said that things are rigged against him. It's really pathetic. It's very much a loser mentality, in my opinion. And, you know, you could see the wheels turning when he met with Zelensky a while back, and Zelensky said that they couldn't have elections because there was a war going on. And Trump even said, he's like, oh, well, I guess if we had a war, we couldn't have elections. And he's done all kinds of crazy shit. Like, he tried to redistrict a bunch of Republican states so that they could have more congressional seats. He has most recently in Minnesota suggested that they would be willing to remove some of the ICE officers if Minnesota provided them their voter registration information. Why the hell would you need that? So there's a lot of sketchy stuff going on right now. But I do think the war was intentional. And there's lots of videos circulating about where Trump said that Obama was going to do this many years ago. He called him pathetic because he said that he would start a war to stay in office. And that's exactly what he's doing. That's what I'm saying, is when he blames people for stuff, he's actually doing it. And I don't know how people don't see this. It's constant. Constant. Don't even get me started. Anyways. Yes, Arcane says can't wait till he's out of office. I mean, he's, you know, we'll see what happens. But you do realize he's going to try to stay in office as long as he can, right? I mean, he is freaking ancient and kind of falling apart at the seams, but from my experience, it's always the nicest people that have the worst health things that happen to them, and rare cancers, just horrible things that I've seen that my patients have had. And it's always the shitty people that live the longest for whatever reason. Maybe because I don't even know. But, you know, so even though Trump has, you know, he's quite old and not healthy at all, he'll probably be around forever, in my opinion. And then we're going to have this like 90-year-old crazy ass raisin orange dude in the office. It's freaking embarrassing. It's incredibly embarrassing. So you got me started. Blame it on Arcane. He made me say it. I did think it was very interesting that Nick Fuentes recently posted a video where he's telling people to vote against Trump, even if it means voting Democrat. I thought that was very interesting. But it just goes to show, like, if you're a politician in the Republican Party at this point, you're either, one, a complete freaking moron, or two, a complete freaking corrupted person. Because, like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and it's hard to tell which one they are. Marjorie Taylor Greene was clearly a complete moron, because she actually believed the stuff that Trump said. And when the Epstein file thing rolled around and she signed her name to the petition, and then he went against her, and that's when they had the break. Now she's starting to realize that it was all a lie. And I just think it's really sad that she never saw that before, and that people actually believed his crap. But a lot of people do. So, and I'm servant, respectfully, I am extremely tired of people saying that both parties crap. It's not both parties. There is a cult leader who is beyond corrupt, beyond anything that we've seen in our country before. This is nothing like what we've seen in our country before. Nothing. We have never had somebody deploying ICE in the way that Trump is doing. We've never had somebody starting as many conflicts for incredibly crazy reasons like he is doing. There's no both parties stuff. I'm sorry. There's just not at this point. There is no both parties. You've got crazy ass and boring politics. I will take boring politicians over this crazy mother effer any day. Well, and that's what I don't understand. You're saying rich versus poor. You're saying rich versus poor. But you know Trump was born rich, right? And like, you know that all he cares about is money. Like he talks about money all the time. He's said this many times throughout his life, like how much he likes money. He talks about gold shit all the time. Like he's a very materialistic person. He surrounds himself with wealthy people. And I just don't understand how people say that he's relatable and that he cares about like the average American. That makes no sense to me. How can you possibly think somebody like that gives two craps about American workers, especially when somebody like him as a businessman, he says it publicly. It's not like he hides any of this. He said it publicly that if he doesn't like the job that somebody does, or I think he purposely complains about the job that some people do so that he doesn't have to pay them. He has stiffed many people, hardworking Americans, small businesses in his day. So, yeah. You guys told me to start talking about politics. I didn't bring it up. Petey did. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna finish my lunch, take Doggy for a beach run, and I'm gonna be also posting more shorts of, what was I gonna say? Some of the longer videos, I'm gonna be making them into shorts and posting them there, so you can see them there. Just a reminder that devoted slaves always get the femdom videos first. So if you are a devoted slave, you are able to see those videos about a day earlier than regular subs. So just something to think about, but we have an accountant. Petey's still wondering about the leftovers. Blue Sky says I shouldn't have my dog in the kitchen while I'm eating. Okay, don't tell me what to do. He's obviously not begging, so I'm not too worried about it. If anything, he's being very patient because he really wants to go. You want to see what he's gonna do when I'm ready for it? I'm just gonna do it, and now you can see what he's gonna do. Where is he? Mama. Do you want to go for a bike ride? You don't want to go? Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Okay. See, he was very patiently waiting, and now he's not patient. Richardson says, Goddess, can I run a fan page? I'm not sure what you mean. You can always message me on my platforms and give me a little bit more information. And Sela, it's a good thing you retracted that comment because you were very close to getting banned. I saw what you wrote. I ignored it. Yes, my dog, I'm not joking that he knows certain English words. He knows D-O-G-P-A-R-K. He even knows the spelling of P-A-R-K and the spelling of B-E-A-C-H. He knows how to spell those. Even when I spell them, he knows what I'm talking about. So I'm petting him right now, but if I take my hand off, he's gonna go nuts. So maybe not. He has been very patient though. So I'm gonna finish my salad and take him for his run. And I will be back live. I'll think about the Femdom live stream on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Can I talk? Tuesdays, 5 p.m. for a Femdom live stream. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in it. If you'll be there. Petey has dogs and cats. Lovely. Richard says, can I run a fan? Shh. Okay, I know I got you excited. It's my fault. I should have waited. Can you run a fan page on X and Instagram. Excuse me. Yes, you are always welcome to like my posts and repost things. Sorry, I have the hiccups now. Excuse me. But I had one person a while back who was like messaging random people and telling them to serve me. Please do not do anything like that. That is extremely annoying and aggravating. And I will get very angry if you do that. But no, you're welcome to, start a page as my slave or fan and repost things and like them. Absolutely. PD says, don't keep him waiting. He's a dog. He can wait. He'll be just fine. But like I said, it is my fault for saying, I told you that was going to happen as soon as I said it. He was very excited. Okay, I'm going to go take care of him. And I will see you guys Thursday, if not maybe even Tuesday. Leave me a comment and let me know if you want the Tuesday live stream going forward as a regular time. See you later.